With social distancing keeping most of us at home, staying clutter-free has never been more important. Patty Morrissey is a cheap organizing expert at Mercari. Patty, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So, how can we create peaceful, productive spaces in our homes right now?
Yeah, so first I want to just recognize what a challenging time this is. Organizing is an important thing to do anytime we're experiencing any life transition, whether it's positive, like having a baby or getting married. There's going to be changes that need to be made to our physical environment to make it supportive for the life stage that we're in right now. That's especially true while we're spending all this time at home. Our homes need to be workspaces, gym spaces, homeschool spaces. They need to be spaces where we try to carve out a little alone time. There in addition to all the functions that they normally serve for us. So it's important before we kind of in this transition to life at home to go through our things and think about how can I redesign or reallocate space to serve me right now. One of the most important things that we're going to need to do is to declutter and make room in our home to serve all of those functions. So I recommend going through your things in your home, looking for things. You're going to uncover things that you've forgotten about that you really enjoy or things that you need right now, like stuff back in the pantry, some interesting ingredients that you can experiment with, and that's great and that's fun. You're also going to find some things that you loved or used to love but no longer need or serve you, and it's time to let those things go so that you can make room for all of the things that you need to do in your home right now.
And there's lots of decluttering going on right now, but what are some ways to remain clutter-free all year long?
Yeah, so take this time and realize that you're not just kind of immediately coping and dealing with this chaos of having to be at home with all of your family members right now, but also that you're building life skills. You're learning how to go through your things. You're learning how to allocate space. You're learning how to sell the things that you no longer need. And so, one of the ways that I recommend making this a habit that sticks in your life is really investing your time and being mindful about it, getting your whole family involved, and creating an outbox in your home. So, we have things always coming into our home, but we haven't yet set up a process for getting things out and getting them into the hands of someone else who needs them. So I have a little outbox, and when that gets full, I go ahead and list the things. I use an app, Mercari. I simply take a photo of the things that I no longer need, write a brief description, price it, and then when someone buys it, I've got all of my shipping supplies and everything ready to go right there. I like to write a little note to the person who's adopted my unwanted things, and it's a great way to form connections with people right now while we're feeling so disconnected as well.
And tell me, why is selling your stuff and making a little bit of money the most sustainable way to declutter right now?
Yeah, well, right now, selling your stuff is really the only way to get the things out the door and into the hands of someone else who needs them. But it's the most sustainable way of discarding your items at any time. So when we donate items, while we have good intentions around that, about 80% of the things that we donate end up in a landfill. So when we sell them, it guarantees that the person purchasing them needs that item, and it's going to make that exchange possible. It's also selling is at this point in time the only way to make that exchange without having to be in contact with people. So there's no local meetups involved. There's no dropping it off at a local donation center, even though those are closed right now. You simply pack it up, organize a pickup from the U.S. Postal Service, leave it on your porch, and you never have to leave your house or run an errand in order to get these things out the door.
And what tips do you have for making selling easier and, as we said before, making a little bit of money too?
Yeah, so a few things, a few good tips are to take good photos, make sure that you have good lighting. You might want to prep the materials, like polish the shoes, for example, before you list them for sale. Take as many photos as possible. If there's any defects with the item, you want to make sure to mark that. And you want to price the item to sell. So if you want the things out the door quickly, price them a little bit lower. If you really want to, if you feel like you've got a specialty collector's item and you're willing to hold on to it for a little bit longer, then you can price it higher, but know that you're going to be holding on to it just for that bit of time. Make it fun and easy. Make it personal. Like I said, I share notes with people, and it's a way to share your interests with other people as well, in addition to making a little bit of extra cash.
And where can we go for more information?
Download the Mercari app on the App Store or go to mercari.com.
Patty Morrissey, thank you so much for being with us. Really appreciate it. And we will be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.